so talented. I can like start recording without even looking at where I'm touching. It's so cool. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So, as you have seen by the title of the video, today we have a very exciting one because I'm going to be giving you a little review of my Kindle. If you guys have been frequent followers of my channel, you've probably seen me talk about this thing a lot because this is like my pride and joy. This is my child. Give me just a second, let me pull up my notes. I have seen so many reviews online about the Kindle, not just the one that I have, but like just all Kindle models. I'm not sure that the internet needs another review, but I feel like just talking about my Kindle for like 20 minutes, I feel like it would be fun. I just feel like talking about my Kindle because I love it so much, and if I could help like sway someone on making their decisions on if they want a Kindle or not, it would be an honor because I love mine so much. The model that I have is the Kindle Paperwhite Kids Edition. Before that, I was using the Kindle Fire 7, I think. I got it like back in 2018. I was just collecting dust in my closet for so long. I didn't actually start using it until last year, 2023. So it was just in my closet for years, completely forgot about. Whipped it out and I was using it for a while, but after like a couple months of like heavy usage, I would say, the battery, I noticed, started to deteriorate at a really fast rate, and I couldn't hold charge for like more than a day. So I noticed that I had to charge it multiple times a day. The battery would be awful, and I would have it fully charged and then take it off the charger, and a few hours later, without me using it, it would already be down to 80%. I was like, that's going to be an issue. I thought it might be worth the upgrade to get to the Paperwhite instead, because this one is just dedicated solely to reading, and I've heard the battery life is amazing, and just like everything about it just seemed so much better. In July, I think it was it kind of around Prime Day? There was some sort of sale going on. All the Kindles were discounted. Ended up settling on the Kindle Paperwhite Kids. Hang on, I'm referring to my notes. I got it on super duper sale because it was already on sale through the website, but then there was also a trade-in option, so I got an extra $20 off, I believe. So in total, I only spent around $60 on the Kindle. The kids version actually felt like a little bit more of an upgrade than the regular Paperwhite, which sounds a bit weird, but like I'll explain it a little bit. It's basically the same exact thing as the normal Kindle Paperwhite, but it came with a case. There was no ads since it's a kids version. You know, sometimes the Kindle ads can be a little bit out there. Sometimes there will just be a man chilling there and you don't want him there. Like, get out of here, sir. Oh, that was a plus. It didn't come with ads and I didn't have to pay to get them removed. It came with 1 year free of Amazon Kids Plus, which has a bunch of middle grade books that are completely free. So like a few examples are like the Warrior Cat series. There was a few other ones on there. One of them is the Wizard series. I'm not gonna name it by name. And it comes with extra storage. So normally the regular Kindle Paperwhite just comes with 8 gigabytes of storage, but the kids version comes with 16, which I don't know why it came with more, but you know, I'm not complaining. Even just with the 8 gigabyte edition of the Kindle, it can hold thousands and thousands of books. So I didn't really need the extra storage, especially for how I use my Kindle, which I'll talk about later, but knowing that I do have that extra storage is really, really nice. That's about all the reasons why I got it. And it functions exactly like a normal Kindle Paperwhite once you turn off the kid profile. So it's very easy to do, and I feel like there are more good things about this than there weren't. So I feel like this was the best option, and I actually convinced 4 other people to get the kid version of the Kindle because they were eyeing it. I'm just like, listen here, you gotta get the kids version because it'll serve you good in the long run. Plus there's also a 2-year warranty on it, so if anything happens to this in 2 years, I can get a new one for free. I would show you the case that I got, but it's in the closet, so I'll put the picture on the screen. This is the exact case that I got if you guys want to be twinsies with me. Then I ended up getting a clear case because I wanted to have a little bit extra customization. I'm at home most of the time, so I didn't really need like the cover. I absolutely love it. I used to be like a really, really heavy physical book girly, and I like swore by only reading physical books, and like ebooks, the only way that I would read them was if I was reading like fan fiction, like Wattpad. So that's the only time I'd read ebooks. I don't even remember what led me to like actually picking up my Kindle, but I'm so glad that I got back into the ebook reading because it's completely changed my reading habits and my reading life, my reading experience. It really made it so much better. Love this thing so much. I guess I will go into the pros and my favorite thing about the Kindle. Honestly, I don't think I have anything bad to say about it at all. I think I literally have one thing written down here, but like it's not even that big of a thing. One of my favorite things about the Kindle Paperwhite is that it's so comfortable. My favorite way to read is horizontal, laying down in bed. And it's so easy because it's just so little, and sometimes with like a physical book, it's very hard to hold in bed when you're laying down. It's so easy to get comfortable, and it's just so perfect. And on top of that, I have this thing that I call the 3 Squishmallow method. How the 3 Squishmallow method works, which I highly recommend you try it if you have 3 or more Squishmallows, because it's perfect. I have one Squishmallow that's kind of on the side where I use it to put my Kindle, prop it up so I don't have to like be holding it, and then I have another Squishmallow under my head to keep me elevated so I'm more comfortable, and then I have a third Squishmallow that I'm cuddling. So I feel super cozy when reading, and the thing that would make that experience even better was if I had one of those like little clippy things that you put on the side and you push a button. Then you would never see me anywhere else. I would just be in bed all the time reading with my 3 Squishmallow method. It's just so good. The next thing that is my favorite thing about this is the portability. Basic is even smaller than this, but I wanted the paperwhite just because it seemed like it was better for me personally. I take this with me everywhere, even if I know I won't really have time to read anything. I still bring it with me anyways because it just feels like an extension of myself at this point. This is just an extension of my hand. So it comes with me everywhere I go, and it doesn't really fit in my purse, but my purse is kind of small, which like I prefer smaller purses, so it's not really the problem of the Kindle, it's just personal preference for my purse. But I'm normally wearing hoodies and it fits perfectly in the little pocket on the hoodie. The next thing is it's very customizable, not just like in decoration wise but also in functionality. You can make it like perfectly fine-tuned for your needs in reading. I've noticed that sometimes in some physical books the font is so tiny and it's kind of hard for me to read. With the Kindle, you're able to adjust everything to your specific needs. You're able to change the font style, you're able to change like the font size, you're able to change the margins, the spacings between everything. Sometimes when I'm reading a book, I decide that like, you know, I'm feeling a different font for this book to kind of differentiate the two, so I'll just change that up real quick. Sometimes I feel like the font is too big, so I'll make it smaller. Sometimes it's too small and I'll make it bigger, like if I'm not wearing my glasses. I have different presets, so like at my normal reading and then my reading when I'm not wearing my glasses, so the font's like extra big. So it's just really perfect and customizable to like make it fit your needs. I didn't put this in my notes, but with this specific edition of the Kindle Paperwhite, it comes with a Bluetooth functionality, so you're able to download the book and the audiobook and you can read them simultaneously. I personally haven't used it, but I feel like it would be nice for specific books if you like, you want to read but you also just want to listen. And another thing about this specific Kindle, I think on the Oasis as well, it has this function. It has warmth adjustability, and it also has dark mode. So if you're reading at night and you don't want to strain your eyes as much, you can adjust the warmth, which I personally have a setting enabled where it turns that setting on automatically depending on like my time, because I have it synced with the time where I'm at. So as soon as the sun sets, it will enable the warmth to go up. I personally have been using dark mode a lot, even when it's not at night. I just prefer it for some reason. Sometimes I'll go back and forth between the two, but I've noticed myself gravitating more towards the dark mode just because I use dark mode on everything, and I feel like it's easier on the eyeballs. And for me personally, I share a bed with my partner. So at night, sometimes he'll go to bed earlier than I do, and it's so much easier to just read off of my Kindle at night instead of having to have the light on and be reading while he's trying to sleep. He is a very heavy sleeper though, so it doesn't really affect him. But just for like my comfortability and not wanting to like affect his sleep or anything, I prefer to read on my Kindle at night just so I don't like interfere with that in any way. It just feels a lot more cozy. And for some reason, reading in the dark with like no lights on, like just the fan going, it's pitch black, and just reading in like the wee hours, it just hits different for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's the best time of my night. Another thing is reading for free. I'm not saying reading for free in like the illegally downloading type of way. I am talking about Libby, which is what I mainly use to read books off of my Kindle. I think I only have a couple ebook purchases, but the rest I get completely free through Libby. Which, if you don't know what Libby is, it is a app that most libraries connect to, so you can download ebooks instead of having to go to the library and get them. It's just so perfect, and it's so convenient, and it's so like, I don't even know how to describe it. Libby has changed my life. So sometimes there is a wait time though, just like with normal library books, which at first I was a little bit confused about how digital books can have a wait time on it, but then I realized that like there's still only specific copies that they can have. There is a large section to choose from in books depending on which library you're using, so I'm just able to read other books in the time while I'm waiting for my holds to come in. So I haven't really found like the wait time to be an issue because I'm used to it with just like normal libraries. And one of the last pros that I have to talk about is the battery life. This is something I feel like every single Kindle review talks about, but they're not lying when they say that this thing lasts weeks without having to charge it. When I first got my Kindle, I think it was on like 80%, and I charged it up to the full 100, and I didn't have to charge it for like 3 weeks after getting it, and I was reading on it like every single day. So the battery life is wonderful. Currently, I think I'm on a week without charging it, and it's only on 73%. So the battery life is awesome, and definitely like so much better compared to my my Fire tablet, because that thing I had to charge multiple times a day. But this thing I don't have to charge for weeks on end, and it's so convenient and it's so nice. And I feel like I read a lot on this, so I really like not having to worry about the battery dying on me. I do check on it like every now and then just to make sure that it's like still good. But I really don't have to worry about it dying because it's just wonderful, and I can complete multiple books without having to charge it, so I think that's pretty nifty. The cons that I have is literally just one, and it's like it's not even that big of a deal. So the only thing that I have noticed about my Kindle sometimes is it will just randomly get very, very laggy. I did have an issue one time where like I was not even anywhere near close to the end of the book, and I turned the page and it just said I finished the book, but like I was nowhere near it, so I had to like restart it and do that. But ever since that issue, I never had that issue again. Sometimes it will just randomly get really laggy, and to fix that, I either just have to restart it or there's a software update. And sometimes I do have my software update setting set to where it updates automatically, but sometimes it disconnects from the Wi-Fi if it's off for too long and it doesn't update. So that's when I notice that it starts to get laggy, and it's a super easy fix. So I either have to restart it or just update it, and then I don't have any issues at all. That's the only con that I have. Overall, I really love my Kindle Paperwhite, and this is like the best edition. And like this is the best thing that I've ever purchased in my entire life. I love this thing so much. It is up to my reading game, and I've been reading so much more since I got this just because of the convenience and the comfortability of it. I feel like everybody says this as well, but I also feel like I read so much faster with the Kindle than I do physical books. I think it's just because it's so comfortable and it's so easy to like turn the page, and it's just, I feel like it is one of the most perfect things to exist in this universe. But I'm kind of sad though, because like, okay, I'm not really sad, but like I strongly prefer reading on my Kindle over physical books now, which is great for not just my wallet but for space as well. But like sometimes I miss reading physical books, and I will still get them, but this is like my main enjoyment. So if you are on the fence of getting a Kindle, I highly recommend getting one, or looking into other options for like e-readers that you would like, because I feel like e-readers are just so nice and they're so like user friendly most of the time, and it's just great. I can't really talk on any other ones, but on mine it's perfect. I think that's all I have to say. So that is really all that I have to say. Thank you guys so much for listening to me talk. I don't even know how long it's been. I just love this thing so much, and I felt like I just had all this information inside me that I needed to let out somewhere. I've already talked to Deb about like all of the stuff regarding my Kindle, but like I feel like I wanted to share some more about it. Definitely do your research to see which Kindle fits your needs better. I can't speak personally on those, but I can speak personally on the Paperwhite, and I have a lot of things to say about it, as you've heard. If you made it to this point in the video, I love you so much. Comment down below the orange heart emoji for no specific reason other than that I think it's a really cute color, and it's an underrated heart emoji in my opinion. All of my socials will be linked in the description as always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye!